What used to be a common household item that's rare now. Most forms of physical media recorded media players. VCR VHS are mostly gone, and I feel like DVD is going down the same path. Sure, a lot of people still have a stack of DVDs, but how often are they played? I have a DVD player, but I put it in a box when I moved and have no intention of bringing it out. More than likely I'll toss it in the next move, assuming streaming keeps up its prevalence. Also DVRs. No sense recording anymore when everything is streamed or offered by providers like Xfinity, Comcast, etc. Non-fiction reference books. Dictionary, thesaurus, atlas, encyclopedia, whatever. My house had a full shelf of bird and wildlife books. Our dictionary was so well used the cover fell off. I was a voracious reader as a child, and whenever I came across a word I didn't know, I was told to look it up in the dictionary, and both my parents were keen crossworders. The giant wooden fork and spoon that hung on kitchen walls in the 70s. Also a garage full of what now are dangerous chemicals like insecticides, paint strippers, and cleaning solutions, which were all 10 times more effective than the crap they sell today. My family's house has an intercom system. It worked when I was a kid in the 90s. It doesn't work anymore. They used to been able to use it to play the radio inside the wall throughout the house. The antenna is long gone. Now it's just a relic of the 70s. A phone book. And you had to know the head of household's first name to find the number. My dad's name started with S, and boys from school had a crush on me would call and always mention they'd called 15 other Jones before they found the right one. Clothesline and many modern subdivisions ban them. My family used them till my doctor suggested that my clothes were causing my frequent rashes and nasal congestion. Mom stopped using them because of my and other family members' health. An actual, physical phone books, not just the yellow pages, which were had as well, but a book full of your friends' family acquaintances' phone numbers, addresses, etc. My mom still keeps one, and it comes in handy once in a blue moon. Telephone books. They were amazing goods and services in the back. You could use them for small step stools, seat boosters, doorstops, even looking up people's phone numbers and addresses, bus routes. Shit, they had everything. Those decorative glass bottles in the kitchen, sometimes uniquely shaped, that were stuffed with various veggies, beans or what have you in some type of oil. Every kitchen I went into had those ugly things. Lol. Anything purchased from the door-to-door salesman. My grandmother liked having men come over to pitch products. She bought an Electrolux vacuum cleaner and a set of pots and pans with steak knives thrown in. Pink soap, aka carbolic soap, for washing well, anything. From the 1850s to 1950s every British household would have had several bars until safer, more skin-friendly alternatives were available. A slot in the wall of a bathroom to dispose of razor blades. They just thought inserting wedge shards of metal between the walls to just fill up for eternity was a good idea. What mold? A set of wooden salad bowls. In the 70s everyone had those lightweight brown bowls that looked like they were made of pressed chipboard. Back when steak and salad was super popular. Those plug-in electric can openers that held the can aloft and then spun it while cutting the lid off. They were big in the 80s growing up, then disappeared completely it seems. Letters on paper. In the past, people often exchanged handwritten letters, but now with the advent of email and instant messengers, this has become a rare occurrence. Wall calendars, with a picture for each month of the subject matter of your choice, either puppies or kittens or covered bridges in Vermont, or half-naked firemen. Ashtrays, even in the homes of non-smokers. I don't know if they're rare now, but it seems like smoking is much less common now than it was in the 20th century. Video cassettes. Previously, they were used to watch movies, but now, with the development of digital streaming services, they have become a rarity in the home. Yellow pages, landlines, VHS tapes, alarm clocks that could also play musical CDs, can crushers, a computer room that had one big computer, a phone book, those big rotary dials that sat on top of the television and allowed you to rotate the large antenna on the roof in order to tune in the clearest picture. Back in the day, we all had that one drawer full of plastic bags. Now it's a mystical artifact, and we're all eco-warriors with reusable totes. Washboard. Washing machines are awesome, and we forgot pretty quickly how much time used to be wasted on washing clothes, and it's hard work too. VHR, answering machine, CD player, cassette player, record player, 8-track, ashtrays even if you didn't smoke, encyclopedias, dictionaries, ashtrays, even if you weren't a smoker. There was a time when it was impolite to not have one at the ready in case a smoker visited. Sheet of asbestos. My stepdad had one that he used all the time if he was soldering or welding. That or a mercury thermometer, those little adapters that screwed onto the antenna terminals of the TV so you could plug a VCR, computer, or gaming system in, a piano, an iron and ironing board set up. People might still have them, but it seems to not be used as much because of modern fabrics. My family used to have a bowl for loose change. I never use cash anymore, so no use for a loose change receptacle. Dial phone, old answering machine, a fax, a VCR, Betamax, DVD player, hi-fi, actual newspapers, lots of photo albums. Lard. Great-grandma always had a canister of lard hanging out in the kitchen. I shudder to think about that now. Metal ice trays with a pull hinge to break and loosen the ice. That sucker would always freeze to your hands too. Dust. With Roombas and automated vacuums, dust bunnies are basically endangered species. Vacuuming 1, dust 0. Formal living rooms you could never be in or was never comfortable to be in cause it was covered with plastic. A sewing machine. My mother and I aren't the only people we know who consider it worth our while to keep one. The family encyclopedia where we learned in this? Google just ate its lunch and burped out Wikipedia. Newspapers and magazines. I used to enjoy reading the Sunday paper and clipping recipes from magazines. Pledge lol, and God forbid you accidentally spray on wooden floors. Lol, you are falling on yourself. Pure ammonia. It was used extensively in the home until the introduction of ammonia-based products. The longer spiral cord used to extend your reach of up to 10-15 feet. All phones were landlines. A console stereo with AM/FM radio, record player, tape player recorder and 8-track tape player. Film boxes, or whatever they are called in English. The small cylindrical boxes for photo films. An outhouse, a scythe for cutting grass before there was lawnmowers and a wood-burning stove. Rotary dial telephone. Funny as fuck to watch young people try to dial a number on one. Big piles of old newspapers and magazines. We even subscribed to anything in years. Encyclopedias, because who needs a shelf full of knowledge when you have Wikipedia? A Yellow Pages phone book that every household used to receive for free every year. A record player. An answering machine. A caller ID box. A VCR. A boom box. Extra rolls of wallpaper in the closet, in case the wallpaper began to peel off. Flashlights. I see people are more reliant on their mobile phone lights. Ashtray. Cocaine as medicine. Household staff. Asbestos insulation. Talcum powder. Paint with lead. CFCs and air conditioning, etc. Washing mangles. Horse and buggies. Hoop skirts. I could go on. Multiple decorative ashtrays your kids made you in art class. A paddle. And I ain't talking about a food prep utensil. Deep fryer. House and clothes would smell greasy for days. Carpet beaters. Barely ever see them in households today. A drawer full of paper menus for local restaurants.